can hear me okay, and that everything is okay with the sound and the viewing. I can go and have a little quick peep at it just at the same time. So let me just have a quick peep in my YouTube account and see if I am showing up there live. Okay, I am live, and it looks as if it's quite clear on my YouTube, which is quite cool. So I am going to just wait for you to arrive, and what we are going to be doing is we're going to be taking a deep dive into Instagram. As you can see, I've got my phone waiting to come up onto the screen to talk to us, my phone that is, all around the new Instagram update. So we'll start again from the beginning. Okay, so my name is Anita Wong, and I'm a digital visibility strategist and tech coach. And what I do is I help you to understand the tools at your fingertips in order for you to get the visibility you and your business deserves. So today we're going to be looking and taking a deep dive into the new Instagram update, because we had a new update on Instagram over the weekend, and it is rolling out as we speak. And I want to bring you an update and just give you a little look-see at the changes that have been happening. So if you are joining me, please do let me know. That's better via my mobile. Yes, okay, awesome. So we've got Selena, Gail and Amelie joining me. Thank you for hanging around and waiting for me. And you're laughing. That's cool. Okay, so what we're going to be doing is I want to talk to you about the new Instagram update. So the new Instagram update came out over the weekend, and it has prioritized some aspects of Instagram that some people, according to my YouTube account, has been a little bit doesn't really have a very good reception. So basically what's happened on side of Instagram is that normally, now I'm going to make myself small and give my phone my biggest thing, and I'm going to take my little caption off. So if you're wondering how I'm doing this, adding the captions on, adding the comments on, and all those sorts of things to the screen, it's because I'm using the live studio inside of Restream. So they are, it's a live streaming app that you can use either through the RTMP with other third parties, or you can actually use it in their own live studio. So I'm using Restream for that. So do let me know if you want to learn a bit about Restream. So Antoinette is here. Oh, that's cool. Okay, so what happened is that Instagram has had a big update on its layout, and I'm going to give you the overview here, and then I'm going to talk to you about the implications it can have on marketers as a whole and business owners. So if we go to our profile, which is where my phone is on at the moment, you can see that the top part of it hasn't really changed much. You've got your profile, you've got your details and everything. But what's changed is the bits along the bottom. So as you can see down the bottom, we have our home screen, our search, and then we have a Reels tab. Now the Reels tab actually takes you directly into the most current Reels that are going on inside of Instagram, and there are lots of little doggy ones in there, I must add. And then they have a shopping tab. So this is released a couple of icons that were normally on our homepage, and it has caused a lot of angst amongst people using Instagram as a business tool. They're a little bit in mixed motion about what they prefer, whether they preferred the old layout or whether they preferred the new layout. So let me just go through it again. So we've got the home key. This is where we have our normal feed. This is where we see all the updates from everyone that comes into Instagram. This is where you land. This is where you see all the updates of where people have put their updates in, and you can get a real feel of what's going on inside of here. Then you have the search key, which allows you to search hashtags and names. So when you search in here, so say like if we were to search, now, they've actually increased the search on here. So what they've done is, if you can see, they've done a search for hashtags, and they've also done a search for location. So we could write in here, so like if I could put in Instagram in here, you get all the top, you get the accounts, then you get the tags, and that's where the hashtags go in and things like that. But when you actually go to search in here, you can see that there's lots of different things. So that's pretty much not really changed that much. Then instead of the plus button, which is what we're all used to in the center at the bottom, you have your Reels button. And then instead of your heart button, which is your like button, you have what's known as the shopping button. So what Instagram is trying to do is it is actually putting an emphasis on shopping and Reels at the moment. So it's really, really trying to push its two newest elements of its Instagram app to the forefront by placing them in a place that we would normally go to, number one, post a post, and number two, to actually like somebody's comment. So it's automatically placed them strategically in the position for us to, on automation from how we've known Instagram to be for such a long time, to actually view those different areas. So we've got to really get into a habit of seeing some different ways to post. What do you do in search? I'll get to that in a minute, Gail. What do you do in search? You look up things in search. So that's why hashtags are really important. So when we go back to our home key, this is our home key where we see our 9 square grid and we have our highlights for our stories and things like that. There are now 2 different ways that you can post to your Instagram account. And what's happened is that Instagram is pushing us up to the top of the phone almost, because when we hold our phone, I don't know about you, but when I hold my phone, my thumb does a lot of the work on the buttons. And actually, I think I'm getting a little bit of thumbitis from too much working on the mobile. But what it's asking us to do now is to actually go to the top of our phone, because as you can see, there are 2 different ways of posting now. If you're on your home profile like we are now, and you click the plus button, what happens is that you get this pop-up menu come up, and you can see that we've had a new thing put in called guide, so we can have a little look-see at that in a second. But we can see that we have post, story highlights, reels, and then we have this guide button. I wonder what that is, because that wasn't there this morning. That's another new feature that they've rolled out. And as you all know, because everyone that's joining me today actually are in my Instagram and Facebook stories program, so they know that I like to look, but I'm very tempted to press that button, but we will come back to that. So this is how you can post, and this is from your profile page. So when you're on your profile page, you have to press the plus button, and it will give you this pop-up menu where you can actually post to every area within your Instagram account. So you can post to your posts, you can post to your stories, you can post to your story highlights, you can post to Instagram TV, and you can post to Reels. And you can also got this guide. I'm very tempted to jump on into that guide, but I'm not going to jump in there just yet. Then there is also another way of posting to your Instagram account, and that is to go to your home key on the left-hand side. When you are here at the top is where you will find all the juicy information. So let's make this big again. So as you can see at the top, what we've got is we've got another plus key at the top. We've also got our like button. So this is where all the activity has been happening in our Instagram accounts. This is where we see who's liked our account, who's followed, like who's liked, who's followed, etc., etc. We also have our messages there as well, because if you go to your home key, there's nowhere to check your messages on your profile area. You have to go to your home button. Now, when you press the plus button on the home button, so the home button and your profile button, it's very easy to get them mixed up, but profile button, because my Wi-Fi at home is being a little bit so I am actually using my phone's modem, which probably isn't helping, but I did want to get this out. So hopefully, just let me know. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, hello. Let's just see. Oh, I think that's delayed. Let me just see if I am gone. I think I'm still here. I'm here on YouTube, so hopefully I am still there on Facebook. We'll just carry on because it will be recording and you will be able to watch this in a second. So what happens, let me just go back to my, so here on Instagram, we have some more ways of, okay, brilliant, you're back. So we're back to where we were. So let's just recap on that. So we were on our home key and we pressed the plus button and it's swiped to the right, okay? And what that does is it brings you into this gallery area. And in this gallery area, if you can see very clearly at the very bottom of the phone, you can see that there is this menu across the bottom. So I can go live from here. I can add to my reels from here. I can add to my story from here. And I can also add to my post as well. So what's happening is that Instagram has introduced this double option of how to post to your Instagram account. So you can post using your home feed and you can post using your profile feed. So those are the two sort of major updates that people aren't really liking very much. But going back to our Instagram account as a whole, what's happened is that because they've replaced the plus button with the reels, it means that Instagram is encouraging entrepreneurs to use the reels. Oh, look at that cute little turtle. To use the reels more often than they would normally. So what they've done is they've placed the reels option right in the optimal area for you to actually look at. And then when you go back to your home, if you want to check out the shopping online inside of Instagram, they've made it really easy to see your shop. So Mike here, Mad for Mikes, is actually one of my program members, and you can see that he's got his shop already active on Instagram inside the shops tab, which is really cool. And what happens is that you see the shops of the pages that you follow, but what's going to happen is that they're now going to start looking at bringing in paid advertising, I'm sure, into Instagram, which is why into Instagram shops, which is why they've given the shopping tab such a dominant feed. Now obviously you can browse the shops that you might want to have a look at, and also you can see the editor's picks. So the editor will pop some shops in there as well, and the editor is obviously Instagram pushing the shops that it wants you to follow in order for them to get more visibility. And you can also, there's this little shopping bag up the top right, it's like a wish list, so you can actually add your wish list. So you can actually add products to your wish list inside of Instagram as well, which is a bit like when you've got a wish list on any other e-commerce site. So that's a really good feature as well. So those are the sort of changes that have happened in Instagram. Yeah, ad spending. Yeah, of course, Amelia, they're going to be putting it. So those are the major changes on Instagram, is that they've replaced the plus posting button with the reels button, and they've posted the they've moved the like button to the top out of the way, and they've replaced it with a shopping button. But it doesn't actually stop there. What happens is that when you go live in your stories over here, there is actually an archive now, which means that when you do your lives and you want to, you don't want to send it to Instagram TV straight away, you can actually do that later. And you can find those inside the archive of your phone. So I wanted to just bring this up. So Gail asked earlier on, where is it? Hang on, what do you do in search? So when you go into search is where people would search for a product or a brand or a service. So like if we were to type in children's teacher and you click search, the top people that are under the children's teacher would come up, and you've got the top, you have accounts, you have tags. So the tags that teachers are using who teach children. And the reason I chose that one was because Gail actually, she mentors children into learning differently. So she helps them with their confidence and their motivation. She's like motivates children. So she's a teacher, but for life skills rather than actually education. But the way she teaches really helps them to actually learn. So as you can see, you've got all these hashtags here as well. And you've also got a search for places. So you could look up, Ealing as well. So say like, because I'm in Ealing, so you use teachers in Ealing. Let me make that big so you can see what I'm doing. And it would bring up all the children's teachers around my area. So that's how you use the search button. Now, I do need to go and have a little look at the option of, let me just see what else was said. Yeah, we do need to have a little look at what that guide button does. So remember, we were just looking when we went into the home key and we did the plus button. We have this new feature at the bottom, which is a guide. So if I click on that, it's going to give you some guides. So guide is places, so recommend places in your city and beyond. Products, recommend your favorite products. Posts, recommend posts that you've created or saved. Let me just see. Okay, so it's asking you to recommend posts that you've created or you've saved to your Instagram. I'm going to have to do a little bit of playing with that to see exactly what that means, because I have to choose a post that I want to recommend to other people. So I'd have to look at my post. So say like if I wanted to recommend this one, and I go next, this is going to be, okay, so now I'm recommending, I'm making a new guide. This is interesting. Interesting. I'm going to save that as draft, and I'm going to go back and have a little look at that. So it looks like we actually just created, we just discovered another feature inside of Instagram, which I'm 100% not sure what exactly that means, but we will go and have a look. So basically, I've just seen another feature that's just popped up. Instagram has not stopped updating. It is going through some major changes here. And I don't know about you, but it's a little bit overwhelming. There's another little feature that's come up. So I'm going to show you it now because I just created that guide in my saved tab. Do you see along here now? So say basically underneath my highlights, how do you use them? Reels. Okay. Amelie, the strategy for Reels is inside of the program that you're doing with me. So just go into the latest module, into the IGTV and Reels module, and you'll find in there how to use your Reels. If anyone else wants to know how to use Reels, just drop your name into the wait list for the next run of the program, and I will put that in the comments of this video. Okay, so if you can see on my Instagram account, we have Reels, we have Instagram TV, and then we have a new guides tab. So this is something brand new inside of it. I'm going to have to go and do a little bit of research to find out exactly how people are using this guides tab. So what happens, as you can see, I started doing one with you guys just now, just to see what it's like, because you know what I'm like, I like to press buttons to see what they do, and it came up with a guide. So it looks as if you can create a highlight of your posts in a way, or the products that you've seen or used to promote it across Instagram and across to your followers. Yeah, so it looks like highlights when you recommend a post. Yes, it does, Gail. It does indeed. But when you press plus, you've got three options to actually create a guide for. You've got an option to create a guide on a place, which means that if you go to say like an historic castle, or you've gone to a restaurant that you really like, you can actually create a guide on that particular restaurant, which would be really, really awesome. Actually, that's actually going to be a game changer. You can also do it on products. So on products that you've actually looked at. So here you go. So these are the products that people have got. So Lacey Macy's has got 6 products in her actual shop. We could actually highlight those. Juve Sports Products has got 4. Juve is a product that I use when I'm racing. It helps muscle recovery, all those sorts of things. As you can see, there's lots of different options. Twisted Concepts has got 2 bikes for sale. They've got, actually, it's more than 2 bikes. They custom build bikes, so they've got bikes to show. Gary V's got products to sell, and all those sorts of things. So as you can see, there's all these. So let's have a little look. So if I click on Lacey Macy's, what's going to happen? So choose a product to recommend. So go ahead and choose a product. So maybe let's have a little look at one of these. Let's just say the scissors, say. And then you can actually choose a post. So then you choose a product, your post, or from your shop. So I'm going to have a little look into this to see how this actually works properly. And it's probably not something that I should be doing whilst I'm live with you guys, because actually I need to know what I'm doing. So I'm going to go and have a play afterwards when I've done. So I just wanted to bring this to you because obviously Instagram is having this major upheaval on what's happening on Instagram, like the layout, what's Instagram going to be used for, and what does that have an impact? You could use your Amazon shop, Anita. I could indeed. Yes, I could. What I would like to say to you all as business owners is do not do this. Don't hide away from these updates, because actually what these updates are being done for, number one, they are being done so that Instagram can monetize its account. There's no doubt about that, you know, Facebook and Instagram, they obviously want to make money. They are a business as well. But as entrepreneurs and business owners, we can really, really, really maintain a visibility above everybody else's if we stay on top of these updates and we are not afraid of them. Because what happens usually is that somebody, an Instagram user, for an example, will go to their phone and they will look at it and go, oh my goodness, something's happened. I don't know where the plus button is. I don't know how to do it. I'm just going to go away. I'm not doing it now. I'm going away. I'm going away. But what happens is that if you don't go away and you stay and you take a deep breath and you go, okay, I know how to do this. I know how to post to Instagram. I just got to find a different door. That's all you have to do. You can sit there, grab a coffee, grab a gin and tonic if you need to, or grab a glass of wine, whatever makes you calm down. Probably tea would be better, or coffee. Whatever makes you calm down, you can then use that time to go through all of the changes that you see inside your Instagram account and look at them one by one to see what's happening. And then what happens is that you'll slowly build up your confidence and you'll be willing to give it a go. Because I tell you, if that guide option is there where you can recommend other people to other people, that's amazing, because they won't have to find you. People can recommend you. And that's how, as small business owners, I could just see Amelia laughing as I walked away from the phone. That's how small business owners and bigger brand, like, you know, it's like I get 80% of my 70 to 80% of my actual referrals from people who I know. So if you imagine that if you can actually do that online, it's going to be a really good tool for all of us to learn how to use, because what's going to happen is that we're actually going to be able to use that to help us to promote not only ourselves, but also those people who we have worked with before. And if we've worked with somebody before, no doubtedly we've had a good service from them, and we'll be able to actually then recommend them to other people. And if you go out and have an absolutely amazing dinner at a local restaurant, why not give them the thumbs up? Rather than just write a little review, give them a big shout out using the guides option. So this is something that we've really, really, really got to look at. Oh, look, Gal's just said, I see an update and say, I know where Anita is. Exactly. You just need to have that go-to person who will come on and give you these little mini updates and these confidence boosting, pushes, inspiration. You know, it's not as hard as it seems. You just got to take a step back, grab that gin or coffee and just sit down and have a little look at them. Okay, so thank you all for joining me. We've been on for a little while. I know it was a bit of disruption at the beginning because I lost signal, but now we are here. So hashtags Anita. I don't know what that means, Amelie. Hashtag Anita. You can use me as a hashtag if you like. You can put a big, I've got a hashtag. Oops, I nearly knocked the dog off the seat. I've got a hashtag, look. There you go, hashtag Anita, that way round. Hashtag Anita. How about that? You can hashtag Anita all the time, and then you'll be able to see me, and then I can help you with your visibility and make it easy and simple and empowering and confident building. Okay, I'm going to go because otherwise I'll be rabbit all the time. So thank you all for joining me. Do go and have a little look at your Instagram. If you're not seeing any of the updates, then go into the App Store or the Play Store, the Google Store, and update your Instagram app. Make sure you try and utilize all the tools inside of an app to maximize the visibility that you get across that platform. And I'll be back for the next session of fitness visibility next week. And I have invited Gail on. So when she's free, hopefully she will be coming on and we can talk about how Gail, as a motivational teacher, can actually utilize Instagram and Facebook to attract her clients, because I know that Gail uses her Facebook lives really, really well, and she's just starting to move over to Instagram to do them as well. So thanks everyone for joining me. If you're watching the replay, please don't forget to ask a question, leave a comment. And if you are watching me on YouTube, please don't forget to give me the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you get notified the next time I go live on my channel. And if you're over on Facebook and you still haven't liked my page, give my Facebook page a like as well. Okay, see you soon.